the new session. In the previous session, you learned about the diversity and discrimination and how these discriminations led to many issues in the society. Let us continue and understand inequality and steps taken for equality from the topic Towards Equality of Class 6 Social Studies. Learning outcomes. You will be able to differentiate between equality and inequality in various forms. Understand the steps taken towards equality. Learn constitutional provisions and remedial measuring for abolishing inequality. Keywords. Reformers. A reformer is someone who tries to change things for the better in the society. Sati. Sati is a practice where a widow would throw herself on her husband's funeral fire. Paralympic sports. Paralympic sports are competitions for athletes with disabilities like wheelchair basketball and swimming. Check the concept map. We already learned about the various forms of discrimination like religious, caste, and gender discrimination. Now, let us understand racial, regional, and disability discrimination individually. Racial discrimination. It is a discrimination against individuals on the basis of their skin color or racial or ethnic origin. Let me remind you one incident. While traveling by train to Pretoria in South Africa, Gandhiji experienced his first taste of racial discrimination. In spite of carrying first-class ticket, he was indiscriminately thrown out of the train by the authorities on the instigation of a white man. Likewise, Nelson Mandela fought against apartheid system in South Africa, which means the segregation of people on grounds of race. Regional discrimination. It is discrimination against individuals on the basis of the region they live or were born. For example, you will find this discrimination from village to urban, small town to big cities, and tribal areas to plain areas. It arises either because of prejudice or stereotype. Disability discrimination. People who cannot walk, see, hear, or talk are known as persons with disabilities as per the PW Act 2016. Some of them are born so, or some may lose their body parts in accidents, and some people disrespect or ill-treat them. Inequality. Inequality refers to the unequal distribution of resources, opportunities, and rights among individuals or groups, often resulting in social, economic, or political differences. What is the root cause of these inequalities or discrimination? Poverty, illiteracy, social customs and traditions, religion, faith, occupation, lack of education, and lack of awareness are the root causes of inequality and discrimination in society. The effects of inequality. Inequality threatens long-term social and economic development. It causes social unrest. It leads to poverty and destroys the self-worth of the people. It leads to issues with law and order, increased crime, health problems, and environmental degradation. We cannot achieve sustainable development without addressing social, economic, and political inequality. Steps towards equality. From the early 19th century, we find debates and discussions about social customs, and practices that prevailed in society by men and women. Those discussions reached out to a wider public, and they became part of the social change. Debates were initiated by the reformers of India and reform groups. They include Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Kandukuri Veerasalingam Pantulu, Pandita Ramabai. In the second half of the 19th century, many movements began against caste discrimination and demanded social equality and justice. Sri Narayana Guru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, C.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, Jyotiba Phule, and Savitribai Phule fought against caste discrimination. People who fought against the British rule also fought against discrimination to unite people. Dalits, women, tribals and peasants fought against inequality. The pressure from reformers made the Britishers to make the laws against inequalities and discrimination. For example, the practice of sati was banned in 1829. When India became an independent nation in 1947, our leaders were concerned about the different kinds of inequalities that existed. The people thought that the society should be reconstructed on the principles of equality. So, importance has been given to achieving equality in the Indian Constitution. Untouchability was abolished by law. People are free to choose the kind of work they wish to do. Constitutional provisions were introduced to promote and achieve equality. The constitutional provisions to achieve equality are: Article 14 provides equality before the law. Article 15 of 1 of the Constitution states that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. Article 16 provides equality of opportunities in matters of public employment. Article 17 of the Constitution abolishes the practice of untouchability as an offence, and anyone doing so is punishable by law. Reservations are given to the suppressed classes to get equal status. Article 21A provides free and compulsory education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14. The preamble provides equality of status and opportunity to all the people of the country. The government tries to achieve equality in two ways. One is through the law, and another one is through the welfare programs. Remedial measures for abolishing inequality and discrimination. The greatest change should start from the family. Parents must set good examples in their attitude, words, and behavior towards others. We should be open to knowing about other religions and respect their beliefs. We should respect and treat women equally. We should take care of differently abled persons and encourage children with special needs. We should ensure wider access to quality basic services like education and healthcare for all. Will discriminations and inequalities stop people from achieving their goals? No. Many prominent personalities prove this. Few of them are as follows. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was the 11th President of India. He was a great scientist and a great writer. He came from a poor family. Despite so many problems in his life, he reached his goals. In other words, We are all born with a divine fire in us. Our efforts should be to give wings to the fire and fill the world with the glow of its goodness. Wings of fire. He said, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. Mariyappan Thangavelu. Mariyappan Thangavelu is an Indian Paralympic high jumper. He injured his leg at the age of 9. However, he practiced very hard and won the gold medal in the men's high jump in 2016 at the Rio de Janeiro Paralympics, Brazil. Sindhutai, an inspirational personality. Sindhutai was born in 1948. Her father used to send her to school under the pretext of cattle grazing. At the age of 9, she was married. At the young age of 20, when 9 months pregnant, she was beaten badly and left to die by her husband. She gave birth to a baby girl and struggled to stay alive. When she went to her mother's house, her mother refused to shelter her. She started begging on railway platforms. In this process, she realized that there were so many children abandoned by their parents. She adopted them and she started a home for orphans. She is the mother of 1,200 orphans and won 750 awards. President Ram Nath Kovind honored her with Nari Shakti Puraskar. Despite poverty, child marriage, gender discrimination, and being abandoned by her family, yet nothing stopped her. It shows that for a committed individual, nothing is impossible. So in this video, you've learned about the different forms of discrimination, including racial, regional, and disability discrimination, and how they impact individuals. You've seen inspiring examples of people overcoming these challenges, highlighting the importance of equality in achieving one's dreams. Thanks for watching.